Hey everybody, welcome back to Gender Explorers. Sorry it's been ages. That's all my bad. Xander's been good. I just have been really busy with work and stressed and about life, and you know how it's bad. But it's the summer now, and I will be posting things regularly, and then we'll be doing things again on this channel, which is great. Yay! So, I wanted to start out talking about marriage equality, because this is something that happened very recently in the United States. The Supreme Court just came down with their decision and said, marriage equality, it is legal in all 50 states. You can now marry whoever you want. It doesn't matter if they're the same gender as you or a different gender as you. You can now get married in all 50 states. So I want to talk to you today about this momentous Supreme Court case, specifically what benefits transgender people get as a result of this new Supreme Court decision. The first benefit that trans people get is trans people can now legally marry whoever they want. It doesn't matter what their gender is, it doesn't matter what the trans person gender assigned at birth was, or the partner's gender, or whatever it says on their legal documents. Whatever your gender marker is, and whatever your gender identity is, and whatever your partner's gender marker and gender identity and whatever, it doesn't matter if they line up, or if they're different, or the same, or whatever, you can now marry whoever you want. Yay! That's the only benefit for trans people. Now, there are all the other benefits that come with legally recognized marriages, but like that's just when you get married, you get all these rights, like over 1,000 rights you get in the United States. Hooray, good job. But nothing else about that decision has any effect at all on trans people. Yeah, so, haha, video's over. No, okay, the video's not over. I guess I'll sort of talk about some things that trans people really care about that we haven't gotten yet in the United States. Let's start with employment non-discrimination. That's sort of a big one. In many places in the United States, in most states actually, it is legal to fire someone just for being trans. Then there's student non-discrimination. There are no legal protections for trans kids who are being bullied. It's still legal to discriminate against trans people in your college admissions program, so that's something to sort of think about. Other important issues include healthcare. A lot of places people can deny to provide you with healthcare because you're trans. Insurance doesn't have to provide benefits for trans people, like for trans-related stuff, so they don't have to pay for counseling or for hormones or for surgery or for anything else that you might need as a trans person related to being trans. They are not obligated to pay for that, which makes it very, very expensive, and so low-income trans people can't afford it. Another thing would be housing discrimination. In many places, they do not have to provide you with a home. You can be like, I would like to rent here, and they can be like, oh, are you trans? No. Screw off. We don't want your kind here. And that's totally legal. If anyone's trans and wants to serve in the United States military, they'll kick you out. Your trans people aren't allowed. So that's a thing. Also, if the gender that you're assigned at birth doesn't match the gender that you're identified with, you have to go through some very complicated and legal processes to, like, change the marker on all of your identification documents to match with your true identity and presentation in many cases. Now, the options for that are limited. There's M and F, so non-binary people just, sorry, guess you gotta pick one. And even for people who are transitioning from one binary gender to another, so in my case I went from female to male and I changed my stuff, all my documentation to say male on it. That's something I was able to do because California was cool about that. And in many places, there are no policies for what it takes to change your gender marker, or the policies are very restrictive. Having some sort of identification system that accurately and like respectfully reflects transgender identities is really, really important. And also, this isn't a legal issue, but let's not forget about sort of the constant like misrepresentation or straight up erasure of trans people just in the world. You know, it was Pride weekend in a lot of places recently, and there are Pride events going on throughout the summer, but a lot of people still forget that there is a T in LGBTQ. Let's not forget about all the other issues that affect trans people, but also affect many other queer people, because a lot of the same issues, employment, housing discrimination, those are things that affect all members of the LGBTQ population. And they're also really important. We can't forget that this fight isn't over yet. So keep it coming. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Now that I'm back in the internet doing things on this channel, and we will pay attention to that again, hopefully. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around. Have a great week.